Hi, welcome to Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Bison, and this is Carnage Heights. Tonight we're going to be playing some Cyberpunk Red. I will introduce our players in the order I feel like. We will start with Kraken.
Hello, everybody. I'm Karol, nickname Brilchan, and today I will play Kraken the Crazy, Hackpole, as Tox called him, and the Slappy Dionysus and Borderlands bit of this game. And he's all ready to rumble and to sing a cover for the Crazy Cheshire Cat. And to that doesn't matter. I lost the track. I also play another character here under the 20 Gaming in the Pirates versus Zombies game on Friday. Uh, don't worry, I play it sometimes at the end of the week, and it's also a very fun game when we are starting to becoming a crew. It's a very crew focused episode, and I love this game. It's amazing. So that's all from me. I'm very scatterbrained, as you can see, and I'm very happy to be here. Back to you, City.
Right. Next, let's go with Magic.
Hey y'all. Uh my name is Sarah. But I go by Sans on the Discord. You can find me here 3 times a week. Tonight as Magic Broken Heart of the Team Silverlock. I still like that one. Thursday, I'm the DM for the City of Mist campaign, Deviant Paradox. On Sunday, I play Rose and Nyx in our 7th Shadow of the Vox Term game. And this Wednesday, I am actually in an episode of Force Blade Punks. That's a completely brand new character because mine died today. It's going to be interesting. Giving it back to, besides that, I am also working with the Scarred Adventurer on stuff and things that is coming eventually. And thank you for putting in the links. I am all over the place. Giving it back to our city.
Speaking of the Scarred Adventurer, let's go with Red Death next.
Red Death Redemption.
Hello. Yep. Well, there's not a lot of redemption happening. More just dead people. I mean, at some point he's just going to start. At some point he's going to go into a base and just go. I'm going to put the bullets into people by hand. See how that works.
In alphabetical order. I don't
He's
care
which.
They're all named Johnny.
They're all named Johnny. And how is he putting them into people by hand? He's just holding it very carefully like this and then hitting the back with a hammer. Yes, hello, I am the Scarred Adventurer. You'll find me here today on Tuesdays playing the wonderful Red Death, who is going to be reviewing his contract and wondering why the hell did I sign on to this. You'll find me on Thursdays as Warren Lang, the Madness Incarnate, meaning something that is also Madness Incarnate, going, well, dang it. And on Sundays, you'll find me playing Arthur Wolf, the man who is on the verge of an emotional breakdown, because of course he is. So yeah, with that, we'll see. We'll go back to the city, because otherwise I'm just working with the wonderful Tangor Productions to bring stuff in the future that will happen. Yes.
Lastly, our lovely exit.
Hi. I'm a little sick right now. If that didn't give that away. Hi, I'm Ruth. I am also here 3 times a week. Today as Exit, our resident fixer, also looking through her contract and wondering why the fuck she signed up to do this. Probably because magic is her friend. On Thursdays as Nora Avalon, and Sundays as Runa. That's about all. Yeah, city?
Yeah. Lastly, I am Bison Stonefist. Sorry, Bison underscore Stonefist. I have to make sure I get it right. I'm here 4 times a week just to, prove to everybody that I'm a tryhard. Other than running tonight's game, and I use that term loosely, I play Garrett Sakes on Deviant Paradox on Thursdays. He is our local emo slash why the hell did I sign up for this? I knew I should have gone to college out of state. Um, in on Saturdays, I am playing Scooter. It's not my fault, I swear. Sorry, his name is Calvin, not Scooter. Uh, Calvin Scooter Hobbs slash why the hell did I sign up for this? It was my idea in the first place. That is on Starsworn. He is our quote unquote pilot. Let's see. And that's a whole joke in of itself. And on Sundays, I play Gav the Grin, our back alley Batman, who is making the streets of Freiburg safe, whether the streets of Freiburg like it or not. That is on Shadow of the Vocterm. And his latest achievement, he's traumatized an 8-year-old. That's a whole thing. Check our backlist to, find out why. Cyberpunk Red is written by Mike Pondsmith and is published by R. Talsorian Games. Check out their website, rtalsoriangames.com, for Cyberpunk and a whole bunch of other cool RPGs. They have a lot of really cool ones. They are responsible for the Witcher RPG, so if you like the show or the books, please check it out. Or the games. There's a lot of media attached to The Witcher. Plus a whole bunch of other stuff. Our VTT is Roll20. Character art is done through Hero Forge, and we got our background from Pixabay, and we can thank the resident artist Thunderscape7 for making it background art. Before we begin, a word of warning. Cyberpunk is a world of dystopia, and people do what they have to in order to get by. Morals are optional in Night City, and our campaign in particular, drug use and abuse play a central role in the plot, especially right now. Our players have an X card for when things get too heavy, but you guys don't. I'm not telling you not to watch the show. I'm just warning you ahead of time that some scenes may not be suitable for all audience. And if you're going to do drugs, do them responsibly, unlike some of the players in this game. Anywho, last week on Carnage Heights, the crew finally managed to get Magic to therapy, while Red Death and Exit try to nail down leads on the mysterious Cheshire, a man seemingly behind the rainbow drug trade, and definitely responsible for the rainbow of addiction of 2 members of the crew. It's not going well, if I'm being perfectly honest. On the outside, they seem to be rather skilled at finding out where Cheshire isn't, while on the inside, Magic's having a bad time. Her days are spent asking people and objects if they are or are not there, and shadows claw at her mind. Unfortunately, this is a common sight at the New Dawn Treatment Center. The despair of rainbow withdrawal, I almost swapped the consonants there, echoes throughout, even at night. Delusional chatter, inchoate screaming, the soft sob of people unable to give up but desperately wishing they could. The only person who's having a good time is Kraken. He's kind of a celebrity at New Dawn now, being the guy that made it. It has afforded him a lot of privileges, chiefly among them being that nobody locks his door after curfew. So when Kraken hears something in the middle of the night, it was kind of a surprise. Kraken, you were sitting there listening to Kane's latest single, a cover of The Ballad of Buck Ravers by Samurai, but worded to make it clear she's talking about taking it to the Rotten Johnnies. There's a break in the bridge, and it's timed just right so that you could hear it. There's a weird crease in 310's door jamb that causes it to creak when it closes. That's Magic's room. What do you do?
I take out my trusty wrench that it's a souvenir from my father who died in the war, and he would sneak, try to look what's happened to Magic.
Okay. First, give me a body sneak roll.
Okay.
It is body,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, I think it is.
The one time I don't
Uh,
write it down.
No,
Yes.
it's not. Oh,
Body
body.
stealth.
I'm in awareness, yes.
Yeah, body stealth.
Stealth.
It's because I
Okay.
used the wrong name, everybody.
Yes.
A 20.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sneaky Kraken.
very sneaky Kraken. Also give me a awareness perception roll as you try to
Awareness
get your bearings
perception.
in the middle of the night.
Of course,
15.
I am tonight.
You are trying to adjust. You know, there's kind of a soft lighting in the hallways, but your room was a little bit brighter. Your eyes don't really get a chance to adjust in time. You do hear something. Just kind of just down off a ways. Do you follow it or
I follow.
okay?
Kraken is a curious sort. He wants to follow every lead.
Do you take a look at Magic's room first?
Definitely, I would check on her.
Okay. Give me a technique electronics security tech.
Okay. His favorite. Electronic security tech. A moment. Twenty-three.
23. Yeah, it doesn't take much for you to realize that this door was hacked from the inside. Your big clue is that it says unlocked, not error, on the door. Last time it did something like that was when Bags forced the door open by filing his chrome pinky finger down into a screwdriver, and he used that to open a panel and slice the lock. He lost his privileges for his arm after that, but this isn't like that. You open the door, and sorry, I just bit into the mint I was sucking on.
Kraken would say to himself to give you time to get used to the minty scent in your mouth. Kraken would say to him, "It seems like Skittles the cat is trying to break Magic out. I won't let them. Magic is my friend and I will protect her from herself."
Magic's agent is sitting on her bed, unlocked.
He would swap it and look at it.
The last program that was accessed was her cyberware plugin. As you
Would
turn
he-
around, sorry.
Okay, because I was thinking, could he use his hacker role ability to check that, to trace what happened?
It currently says that there's no connection, which means she's farther than 6 meters away from her phone. That's all it really gives you.
Okay, he would put it in a packet, in
Okay.
his packet, and try to search for her.
All right. As you leave, you notice a small panel next to the door has been pried loose, and the wires behind that panel have been hot wired really well. Like whoever did this managed to do it without losing power to the panel.
Kraken would say to himself, "It seems like Cheshire Cat is is possessing Magic's body to break her out. I have to be quick. I have to save her." And he's thinking that maybe if he could try to look to her phone to find a back trail because he's thinking that if it works through the body box hacking uh, the cyberware fashion wear, that maybe he could find it that way. There has to be a backtrace. He's trying to think like a hacker and solve the problem this way.
The problem is in 2045, the black box on cyberware still hasn't been broken.
Yes, but it seems that Cheshire is a genius and he got the Holy Grail and he broke it. That's Kraken's working theory right now. So if he could access the agent via his neuralware and hack it and try to find a backtrace, he helps to find magic this way because he's scared that he won't. Like he searched 3 hours for magic last time. Magic is better than him at hiding, so he's trying to use his hackerman powers to find her that way.
Okay.
You can say
You-
no. That's not a
Yeah, I'm
problem.
going to say that you do your best, but because the agent isn't currently in connection with magic,
It's not working.
it's not working. Like there's no way you can get an answer back. It's like someone put the phone into airplane mode
Yes,
kind of deal.
I get it. So, oh, it's time to get back to the midwest. Okay. Cyber goggles off, and he would search manually for magic, and he's very not happy about it.
Speaking of magic, as she's, having a minor panic attack. We're
Player
actually
is.
gonna we're gonna rewind a little bit. Magic, you have been having some rough nights.
Yeah.
What fills the nightmare that wakes you up tonight?
This one would be some memory from her childhood of Indy and Eddie chasing her down the hallway, saying horrific things that they're going to do to her, mostly murder, torture, and turning her into a puppet, as that was common for them to yell at her. And as she slams the door, Skittles is there begging for help. And that's when she wakes up.
When you do wake, you're actually surprised to see Skittles peeking over the lip of the sink on the opposite side of the room. Are you okay?
No.
Do you want to talk about it?
I just want to get out of here. I just want to get out of here and go home. I don't even know where that is anymore.
Skittles kind of like looks up and around and then hops out of the sink and comes over across the room to your cot, standing up on her hind legs and putting her paws on the edge of where you're sitting. I've never been here before, but I think I can get us out.
Okay. So we're gonna go home?
Yeah, we're gonna try.
Okay.
The mean people are gonna try and stop us, but we're gonna try.
Okay.
You see Skittles kind of like bound over to the door and phase through it. About 15 seconds later, you see the door open and Skittles is sitting there like the cat that ate the canary. I did it.
We can leave?
We gotta be quiet though. And and she sort of sits up because she was sitting pretty before. She sits up on her hind legs and does this with her paws. Starts, doing the Winnie the Pooh thinking kind of gesture. You know exactly having a think.
Mm-hmm.
You need a disguise. If they see you as you, they're gonna know they're you.
Well,
But
and
if you
picks up her phone. What do you think I should do then?
If you're a kitty like me,
Yeah, she'll yeah, she's gonna turn herself into a tortoiseshell looking cat.
so for the audience, Magic has synth or cyberware that is allows her to change the pigmentation and coloring of her skin and her hair. So what you see is from her, kind of palish Caucasian, just like black and white kind of like splay across her, almost like paint splashes, and then little blots of tawny and everything, and a bit of a brindle in the black. Now, here's the real question. Are you going full method with this costume, or are you keeping at least your underwear on?
Oh, I'm keeping something on for clothes.
Guys,
Probably like a
small
tank.
correction. Tortoiseshells are usually black and red.
Black and red. The tawny.
Calicos are black, white, and red.
Yeah. Tawny is the official color. It's kind of a reddish, light beige, whatever. I'm
The
old.
gene
The
is
gene is red.
called the red gene,
Yeah.
and that's why most of them are female, and if they're not female, they're sterile. Is because a black and a red gene have to be carried on the X. Anyway, that's enough animal nerd stuff.
Hashtag cat facts.
No, she's like going to keep like best I can call them are like Sophie shorts, if you know what I'm talking about.
No.
They're short shorts, but they're like soft material
Oh, okay.
and like a tank top on.
Okay. So, respectable, but still not in the borderline scrubs they'd given you.
Yeah.
All right, so we are cutting to a rundown ruin of a hideout deep in the combat zone. The camera is centered on a graffiti tagged on a wall with the words, "Now you're gonna feel it," in bright neon, as a rotten Johnny slams against it, pinned half a second later to the concrete by Red Death's chain rip. It's over in a moment, and the blazing chrome rock fades as Exit turns down the stereo, her pistol smoking. You guys have been busy the last few days. Exit got a list of Cheshire sightings, from Skell, and you two have been hitting them hard. This is the 5th one in 24 hours. The bodies have hit the floor, and there's no way any of these gonks had a chance to call back up. The scene is
Absolutely
yours.
raining, well, body parts, less men. Just
This place is going to need a hose down when they before they relist it. That's for sure.
this is one of those times where power washing would be very useful, especially if they had a simulator of some kind to help these people prep beforehand. I don't know.
Giving time to call backup isn't in Exit or Red's repertoire.
Yeah, no, it was over surprisingly quick. You guys both have the means and the conviction, but you guys thought this was going to be the Cheshire, another one of Cheshire's lairs, or at least someplace. But just like the Piranha hangout, just like the Maelstrom lair, just like the last one, this jackass is nowhere to be found.
And like he leaks nothing, does he?
Nothing. But after all the, after everybody's dead, you've got time to look around. There are 2 main rooms in this little, I'm going to be honest, crack shack. the room you guys are in is kind of like the main, this is where business is being done. There's a couch on one side, a table that had scales and baggies and stuff like that until one dude got his face put through it. Don't know how that happened. And then there's another room in behind. When you guys broke in, somebody did come out of that room with a shotgun, but he didn't really last that long.
He
It would be
wouldn't.
normally called a sawed-off shotgun at that point, but you don't saw it off from the middle.
Yeah, bisected shotguns aren't terribly popular, surprisingly.
No, no. Red Death has no idea why.
I can shoot two guys at once.
I
And
I'd
it
like
only
to
costs
loot
one
that
bullet each
body.
time.
A little voice in my head's telling me to loot that body.
No, it seems like a cephalopodic voice and a magical sort of voice seem to be screaming, "Loot that body!" Yeah. Red is currently grinding people's faces into the pavement out of just
Oh.
frustration of this has been the fifth day.
the
Fifth
the
time this day.
classic confirm the kill / work out a little frustration.
Yeah,
An
pretty much.
exit straight going, loot bodies,
Mhm.
look around.
These, well, the shotgun would have been worth some money. It
So sorry.
was, yeah. It was it has dragon's breath shells in it, so I mean that would have been spectacular.
Still has those shells.
It still has the shells. The room itself is what interests you.
Okay.
It's clearly the supply room. There are several what look like secure lock boxes, and they're stacked to make a desk. And on top of that desk is a laptop that is still on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Had to Kool-Aid man there for a second.
Ew.
Well, you have to have 3 oh no's before that. That's the thing, though. And we kind of did by
that happened
those
before the
things we
scene
were
started.
having.
It's the Ron John. He's like, oh no, blam! Oh no, blam!
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So what's in this laptop? What's on it?
The laptop is on the email app because it's cyberpunk, so of course it is. Ruth will get that.
Yeah. I am actively recording in case there's anything that I don't understand that someone else might.
There's it was left on a single message. The emails just is Johnny, we're having issues, sourcing this, and this. You don't recognize the chemical names, but they're really long and have a lot of letters in them. The message goes
someone
on
might
saying,
know.
sorry?
Some if shared later, someone might know what some of those
He's
chemicals mean.
recording it. It can be played back. So yeah.
The piranhas already have a leg up on us and are way closer to a knockoff than we are. Corner the market or find the fucking cat, but don't piss off the piranhas further by raiding them again. The last thing we need is a third gang war. Johnny.
And I look deeper than the emails.
Most of it is just yo, go ice this guy, he shorted us, or a long string of emails from a group chat about the hidden meaning behind one of Samurai's tracks. Like,
I
just
don't understand. It was about the heartbreak he was feeling at the time. He was high on drugs, man. No, that wasn't what he was
it
feeling.
just goes.
Really,
It's
a song
exactly
about
like that.
heartbreak? That would be Never Fade Away.
It just goes on and on and on. And some of them go into some absolutely wild shit. Apparently, this one guy, because it's all Johnny and then a number. So Johnny 4536 thinks that the Night City Holocaust was actually aliens, and that Johnny was abducted, and he's currently fighting them right now above the just on the other side of the moon.
Okay, Gary.
These guys seem like real high
Special
school
people.
graduates.
If that, this is the public system in the 21st century, folks. If you think it's bad right now, anyways,
Man, these
do
guys
you
clearly all have their degrees in advanced something.
bullshitology?
Yep.
Red Death, as you're sort of working out your
Face sandpapering.
frustrations, give me an awareness perception check.
Just right.
I don't think you're where I would be for that. So yeah,
Probably not.
16. That was a terrible
16.
roll.
You were
For reference, that's 16. That means I rolled a 3.
all 5 grades of school. Yeah. Grade 7 was the worst 3 years of my life. So as you're, getting your frustrations out, and you are introducing one rotten Johnny to every single 2x4 in the floor, one of them sounds different. It's like whack, 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 thunk. Thunk? Should have been splat by now. Why is it thunk?
Whack, 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 whack. Thunk. He's absolutely ripping up that floorboard.
You find another lockbox.
Well, okay. I was about to say beforehand he does check to see if there's anything that'll blow up on him if he does. But no, another lockbox. Let's do that.
Yeah, this one it looks like especially locked. Has like chains around it and a big friggin' padlock on it. And
I wonder how I'm going to get through this.
as you're finishing the letter about, actually, as you're getting caught up on the current fight about the lyrical meanings, you hear Red's chain rip start up again.
Exit's fast on her feet. She's going to check out what the fuck's going on.
You were watching Red Death. I'm gonna use the word wrestle with a secure tote because it's a chainsaw. I know how chainsaws work. The second you try to put pressure on something that's a little bit lighter than you think it is, it's gonna skip the fuck everywhere.
He's
So
got
he's kind
one
of
foot on the thing if he can, but
ooh. I'm gonna make you roll something. Give me a concentration check. It's an awareness.
to see if I cut my foot off.
No, it's to see if you.
Don't do that.
I know.
Just don't.
Concentration check is in where?
Awareness.
Awareness. Okay. Okay. 17.
As you come out exit, it looks like the lockbox was about to skip out from under him as he's trying to break these chains. But he does manage to break the actual chain itself, and one of the clasps enough that he can get his fingers in and pull it apart. Inside is about 2 kilograms of rainbow in varying sized baggies, enough to last a dealer a week with steady customers. Some of the larger bags have blood on them. Give me
I wonder where that came from.
Awareness perception, please.
Both of us?
Yeah.
I hear some of the bags have blood on them, and I've just been murdering people. It makes me wonder and worry. 22.
Thank God.
Yeah, with your 5, I think.
Ah,
Critical miss.
Okay with it.
ah.
With your 22 Red Death, you notice that the lockbox itself has a faded harbor stamp and a partial address on one corner.
Fantastic. What time is it?
It's like midnight, 1 o'clock.
Does he communicate that he saw that to exit?
Oh, absolutely.
She's
So
gonna
Red's
get
also
a real
thinking,
good view of it in because she's still recording.
Give me a education local expert
I'm assuming you just want it from
from
Night
exit
exit,
for Night City. Yes.
which is good because I'd roll pretty. Wait, what I roll? I have no idea.
This
Worse.
this address is in the marina, like maybe a couple of blocks from where you are in Little China, right on the
This
docks.
isn't too far.
So I'm going to I'm going to propose this as an idea. We're both incredibly skilled and capable. That
Yeah.
I feel comfortable leaving you on your own, and you hopefully feel comfortable leaving me on my own for a bit. One of us should run this back to the doctor, and the other should check out the docks.
Okay.
Would you be comfortable dropping this off with the doctor and then coming meet me at the docks after I do some stealthy reconnaissance? I promise I won't
I
do
don't
anything
want to
till you
miss
get back.
anything.
I promise I won't do anything till you get back.
No explosions until there's backup.
Yes, that's pretty much what he's saying.
Pinky
Or
swear.
heavy blood flow. Red will take his Ganic arm, because if he does it with the metal one, that means nothing, because you cut off a pinky on a metal arm, you just replace the pinky. So Ganic arm,
Okay.
and he pinky promises. And Red does add the caveat that if something happens and I end up in this was not because I broke the promise, it's because something tertiary happened.
Just don't let that happen and we're fine.
I will not start anything, but I cannot promise something will not be started.
Exit's gonna
I
run
won't
it as
start it.
quickly as she can. She doesn't want to miss anything.
Red
Yeah,
is going to
especially-
saunter over to allow for some extra time to pass.
Especially considering the clinic is in like New Japan town, so she's got quite a drive. It is the middle of the night, so Night City isn't like super heavy traffic. It never dies down in Night City because it's Night City. It just has periods of slightly less ridiculous traffic. So, swapping back to magic. In your head, you are in a prison break. Every bored, sleepwalking attendant is a uniformed guard with laser eyes. And you and Skittles both have collars with your inmate number on them. Yours is M4G1K, just so you know. Somewhere you can hear a monster roaring, and you just know that's got to be Eddie. I mean, who else would it be? This is your nightmare.
Yeah. I'm not taking chances. I'm being stealthy.
Give me a stealth roll as you try to follow Skittles.
14.
14. Now, the thing is you're a cat. You know you're a cat. You are clearly a cat. You look down, you see paws, you see fur. It makes total sense in your head. However, you're not actually a cat. So it's a little hard to keep up with Skittles.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception roll. Also
16.
works. 16. As you're going, you think, you guys are doing great. everything is fine and that you're going to get out. But you realize after the fourth turn, Skittles is looking more and more confused. She spends a little bit more time at each intersection. And she, of course, tells you that it's because she's waiting for you to catch up. Because she's so much better at this, being a rainbow colored freaking cat.
Yeah.
But
Technically, Magic has only been a cat for what, a couple of minutes. Give her a break.
yeah.
Yeah, she's Skittles. Are you lost?
No, I know exactly where we're going. Okay, I think I might be lost.
I think I remember how to get out of here. Do you want me to try?
Yeah.
What do I need to roll?
I'm just looking right now. I'm trying to think here. No, not animal handling. Shut up, Bones. Uh, let us go with
Tracking.
What?
tracking.
Tracking.
Actually,
Okay.
yes, tracking is good. That is an awareness.
16.
16. You're confident. You managed to convince Skittles you're pretty sure you know which way to go. You've been here before, you think. Have you been here before? I don't remember.
Magic has not been to the office before, but I feel like being here for as long as she has.
Yeah, yeah, she's been here for a couple of days. Like it's no longer like her first night.
Yeah.
Um, and you're like, okay, I know where to go. And you guys start sneaking, and then you turn around, and like 3 feet away from you is a 6 foot tall male wearing scrubs with a giant bag on his head that says, "This is not my face." Stop the music. Do I know you? The tense music that was actually playing in the background up to this point abruptly stops. It's the fuzz. Cheese it. Skittles takes off down the hallway.
Yep, running.
All right. I
Are
want
you
to call
running
this.
on 2 legs or on all fours like the cat you are?
That is a very good question.
It's one. Or 2.
2 legs. Okay.
2 legs.
We're gonna call it a body athletics.
8.
I just want to say it's the Rotten Johnny that red and magic dose with rainbow. And it kind of came back to bite her in the ass right now. I love it.
His name around the center is Bags, because he doesn't actually have a name, or he says he doesn't have a name or an identity. So everyone just refers to him as the guy with the bag on his face. So his name is Bags. And Magic, you wanted to get up on 2 legs and do this properly like a person, because deep down you're aware that you're not actually a cat, but you don't believe that right now because you just ate shit.
Yeah.
Like, you turn and it's like when a cat runs on a waxed floor when they're spooked.
Mhm.
It's just the feet are moving more times than the body is, like, yeah, it's
Yep.
a nightmare. And within probably a second, you are a tangled mess of limbs and embarrassment.
As long as I can get away from this guy, I don't care.
He grabs you. Actually, give me an evasion roll while I roll this guy's brawling, which I don't actually have. We'll just give it a number.
There it is. 19! And that's a crit for me.
He rolled a crit fail. So,
Rainbow has started working for magic.
like, literally, I'm not even kidding. I rolled a 1. And then I rolled a 6. So he got a 3.
Twice magic has bested him.
Twice magic has bested bags. So yeah, he reaches down to grab you with his one arm, and you, I guess you gain traction. 4 legs are better than 2.
Mhm.
And you scamper off down the hallway. And you take off, you turn left, you turn right. You're not thinking. You're just running.
Mhm.
The music has picked up again. It is now like chase music. You know, you're scared. It's you know that part in Dead by Daylight when the music changes because you've been spotted.
I exactly know that music.
Dun 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 dun. So you're booking it, and then Benny Hill. That would be if both of them critted, but Magic still won. That would have been Benny Hill. Or sorry, if both of them crit failed and Magic still won, that would have been Benny Hill. Oh. I saw stars for a second there. Okay, we're back. That was a good crack. So you end up in a place not only have you never been before,
Mhm.
but you flat out don't recognize. It doesn't look like the rest of the facility. It doesn't look like the courtyard. It doesn't even really look like Night City. It's clean.
Yeah, to Skittles. I'm not sure if we should be here.
I don't know if this is the exit, but that guy's really not gonna find us here.
Maybe we can find an exit.
Maybe,
A
maybe,
window,
maybe.
anything.
Maybe not the exit. She's scary.
Yeah, not exit. Exit's gonna be really mad at me, isn't she?
Probably. She does that a lot.
They all kind of do.
We should find an exit. Let's go. So you go deeper into this area, and it's bright. It's buzzing. Like there's a really loud buzz. Um, Actually, Kraken does have a point. Give me a resist drug tortures roll. Drugs and torture.
Because she remembered the exit.
15.
15. Put the die away because of course I did. Thought somebody fell over.
It's Bagman in the game.
Yeah. No, just joys living in an apartment. So yeah, for a second you see Exit's face, and in that second it's like a flash of like the various emotions you've seen from her, Most of them look very similar, except for a little bit of change in the mouth. But then it just, but then you're back. And you're still in this weird place that's cold and it's all one color, and that's weird because everything's been like not that up to this point. But you hear voices deeper within.
Should should we go look?
Maybe they know the way out.
Okay. I just and she kind of says this like looking back. I don't want to disappoint them again.
You're doing your best.
Okay.
And the kitty nods. And so you head further in. And so from here we go back to Kraken. You're not sure what happened. 1 second everything's quiet. You know, it's the usual sort of general thing. And then there's shouting down the hall. One thud, and then another thud, and then some noises.
Kraken would think, no, it will be fun. He would turn on in his the wirehead thing. He would turn on music that only his inner ear could hear. He would turn Kitty that is more widely known as Mickey from Tony Basil, and he would start running and singing, "Hey Kitty, you're so pretty, you don't understand. You break my little heart when you take me by the hand. Hey Kitty, you're so pretty, you don't understand. It hurts so much, Kitty. I'm gonna take away your things and stop your brain abuse." And I think it would be athletics because he would try to run quickly and find them.
Okay, yeah, give me an athletics roll.
While
That's
trying
appropriate.
to make up new lyrics for a song from the 80s. Where is my
Athletics is in body.
Kraken? It's only when he's turning it into a game, then it's starting to get fun for him. Ooh, crit fail.
You
He's got
were
way too much
more,
in singing.
yeah, you're trying a little bit hard to get the song right.
Could I take 2 points of luck off and reroll that? Because it's important. No, I'm great with
I'm
a
gonna
no.
say that your little song ends when
Yeah.
you trip over bags and also eat shit. So this is a
I'm good
very
with that.
this is a very unlucky stretch of hallway, folks.
Yes.
3 people have fallen flat on their face in the space of like 30
I
seconds.
like it.
Ow!
I don't have time to play with you, Bugman. And he would try to crawl on all fours to, to to search something. I don't know. I think magic.
Am I seeing things, or am I getting hit by the same person twice? Because the last one ran away like that too. Ow!
Thanks for the info. Maybe a contortionist now because it's all fours and he's trying to be very Kraken-y
You
like.
It's called the cephalus shuffle.
Yes,
Cephalus shuffle.
shuffle.
Okay, so Kraken goes
Yes.
uh give me a contortionist roll as you try to
Yes.
squid your way down the hall.
And could I 4 points of luck, put my 4 points of luck into it
All
as a
right, you want
bonus?
to throw a +4 at that?
Four.
Let's go.
I have 7. I would put
Okay.
4 in this roll.
Put a 4.
And it's contortionists.
So a 12. It's not graceful,
Yeah,
but it
it's
is
not good.
certainly much better from someone who has never seen an octopus in their life.
Yes.
But again, like you're also you rolled terribly on that. That did not help.
Yes.
Yeah, your hips, all of your joints stay located. That is what your 12 gets you.
Why do I have bones?
Why do I
I
have
wanted to
bones?
sell them to Mr. Bones, but he wouldn't take them.
Krakenisms. Why do I have bones?
That was really funny.
Thank you.
So it does not take you long to get lost.
That's very fair. I roll like shit and it's funny. I love it.
And yeah, after a while you realize that every single hallway looks the same, but you were absolutely not in the dorms anymore.
That's very, very fair. And seeing that, what is this party is starting to think conspiracy theories that it's a front for some corporation, and they are doing human experiments on the rainbow addicts, and yeah, and he's helping them, and he started to feel sad about it.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna look for a unorthodox roll. See what I can find here. Give me education deduction
Deduction.
as you try to make your way through this labyrinth of hallways.
Deduction. Yes, I see.
13.
Kraken is not an rainbow. That's why he's rolling bad.
You wander. You're fairly certain at some point you were actually going in a circle a couple of times, so you turn left instead of right at this one spot. And when you turn the corner, it's like someone shined a flashlight in your eyes. You've never
Why
been
do I
here
have
before.
eyes?
Why do I have eyes?
Why was this a good idea? I miss my crappy robot eyes.
Do you continue on?
Yeah, he would do that, and seeing that nothing's working, he would take his rest, the only 4 points of luck that he has because he has 7. He would try to dance and find his way through music and through joy in life, because that's the way he's thinking now. I got
That
to.
is a very Kraken answer. Okay, roll to deduce your way in the world through dance.
And I think dancing is in
That would be
control
performance,
of
acting,
performance.
or what have you.
Um,
Actually, give me 2 rolls. One for
It's
the
body.
body and
That's
body
not the right.
dance, and the other deduction.
Yeah, deduction.
Okay.
16. So while it's not graceful, it is informative. Is the best way I can put
Yeah.
it.
He's now Tony Basil, but it works.
Yeah, like apparently the rhythm of the dance for you is one of those
Awkward wedding shuffles.
it's a little bit weird science. It's a little bit I've got somebody watching me. Um And
Yeah.
yeah, it's play and watch the series. But it's when you start hearing someone other than yourself that you shut up and you turn the music off and you listen. And it's the doctor. And they're talking to somebody. You're not really sure. But you kind of make your way towards the sound of the voice. And meanwhile, Magic, you're actually on the other side of the room, hiding behind something else, but neither of you can see each other.
Mhm.
Kraken would try to eavesdrop because as much as he likes Dr. Being, he doesn't trust him. It doesn't make sense that that this hoity-toity place takes street rats off the street. He think it's a front for a corporation, for either Arasaka trying to get back their drug or probably Biotechnica trying to reverse engineer it. That's his crazy string theories right now. So he would like to overhear the doctor.
All right. What am I going to call this? I am going to
Awareness
call this.
perception
Yeah, I was going to call this perception.
and
And if I
maybe
can get one
stealth.
from Magic as well.
22.
92.
And meme awareness perception. Yep.
She is billed to collect information.
Yep. 16 is,
Yep.
I'm going to say enough. So what you guys hear is you hear a very concerned Dr. Being looking over test results. And it's like, and while they're doing it, they're talking about how like we're moving too fast. I don't have time to collect data before you've changed everything again. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Look, I don't care about profit margins. We had a deal. This, you need to slow the fuck down. I don't have enough room. We're 4 months ahead of schedule and 3 months behind. How is this sustainable? Look. I'm still doing good work here. Before this gets out of hand, you gotta let me test some of my theories. What do you do?
Who? Both of us, or
I'm gonna get both of your responses before I say anything.
Magic is looking at Skittles very confused, and so I don't think this is where we should be.
This doesn't sound like an exit at all.
I think we should go back and find another way.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know, but I'm really scared, and I don't like this. I just wanted to go home.
Roll me a awareness concentration check.
29.
29. So you say none of this out loud. Kraken, what do you do?
Kraken would take out his range, start to palm it like that and say, "Oh, doctor, so we are working with the Catman all the time. I told you both. I'm not a stupid hackball. I could have worked with both of you. I could have helped you make discoveries and make this drug a wonderful thing, but you are making a fool out of me, and I don't like it.
When
And
does
he
Exit
would,
get there?
and he would,
The lore.
I think he would throw the wrench at the doctor because he's furious at them both.
Okay.
No, maybe not at the doctor, but he would try to throw it next to him, because he still likes the doctor, even when he's being used, but he's mad and he wants to underline
All
the
right.
madness.
Give me an archery roll, and then I'm sorry, but we're switching seats.
No problem, I love it.
Hmm.
Archer. Where is archery? Fighting?
Ranged weapon.
Ranged weapon. Where is our ranged weapon? I cannot. Oh, here it is. Okay. Sorry, I love this.
It's okay, dude. 15. You were trying not to hit him?
Not to hit him, but to scare him, like next to him, maybe. Because he's mad at him, but he still needs the doctor, and he still has a little crush on him, and he still likes him. So
Okay. High or low, Kraken?
high. Kraken is always high.
It's going to fail because you're not at the moment.
Yes.
You smoked him square in the back of the head. He drops like a sack of potatoes.
Loot the body.
All right, so Red Death.
Loot the motherfucker. Play the flute
Um,
while I loot that dead kid's body. Yeah.
Yeah, you honestly, Kraken, you hear it. You know the sound of when somebody hits a pot with a wooden spoon, hits the bottom of a pot with a wooden spoon, that very iconic clang.
Yeah,
That's the sound effect. That's the sound effect that plays.
I think the idea that he would have is to. I wanted to do that because being a cyberpunk
Bam! I
is
meant to do
always.
that.
When you fail, try to take it as a win. His next plan is take the doctor to Carnage Heights and fun exit because he wants to get an interrogation going.
Okay, so we're going to switch to Red Death.
She is en route.
I know
to
she's
Yes.
already on.
Because
She's already on the way.
That's the
And
great
there are very few
idea.
people that are better at interrogation than Red Death as well.
All right.
I don't know how good Exit is, though.
So
I think we're both good.
Exit has dropped you off at this address. And it's one of those moments where you're like, I have been here so many times, but it's never this corner. It's that corner or that corner or that one way the fuck down there. Why do they all look the same?
Well, it's because it's a grid system, motherfucker.
It is exactly grid system, warehouses as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
This
3D
one,
printed.
it is ass o'clock in the morning. Everybody has gone home. You know, the machines have been quiet for hours. There's probably half a dozen people here, or there should be. There's activity at this warehouse. Give me a deduction roll, please. It's in education.
Deduction?
Yeah.
All right. I need to work on some of my education skills.
Gonna learn me a
Deduction?
book. Yeah, deduction.
Can I use criminology instead?
Is it better?
Slightly
Probably,
better,
'cause
like
you
by
asked.
2.
Yeah, let's go with that.
-1. Looks like I have a brain aneurysm right then and there.
Bam, you smell burnt toast. I'm allowed to make that joke.
You know, sometimes when you think you smell toast, it's often because someone is making toast nearby. I cannot tell you how many times I've smelled something and it turned out that person was making that food right then.
Yeah, it's.
I'm sorry.
You
I will
think
stop
about
making.
stuff. I don't know how many Americans got that joke, but I'll definitely explain it afterwards. Uh, so yeah, it's busy. You think, oh, maybe they just had a late shipment tonight. You know, that happens. You know, you can't always predict when a truck's going to arrive on time. I'm speaking from experience.
I'm about to get hit by a truck.
Yeah, don't get hit by a truck. So, what is your plan?
About to get isekai'd, motherfucker. Sorry.
Bam, you're in a brand new campaign. Wake up Thursday. Why am I a psych major?
Sorry, what did you say before we
I was
Call
going
me
to
an
ask.
individual.
It's very busy. What is your plan?
I'm gonna try to roll deduction for this. It's just to kind of figure out where this symbol is most likely to be found.
All right, give me that roll, please.
10.
10.
And that's an average roll. It's
That is a very average roll, literally. Middle of the road as possible. So
I rolled a 1 and then I rolled a 9. So I got the -1 to 8 minus 9. That's just insane. Sorry.
actually, that is the first time I've seen a negative roll. That I think
Well,
that
you
is
see, I'm just magical.
we've gotten some zeros before, but no negative ones.
I've had a couple, I think, actually, if we look
Me
back.
as well. Think Exit had one.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
a good
think-
chance.
it was probably magic then.
No, I've
Probably
just
not.
rolled fails.
Yes, because
I've never rolled
ones
negative.
also explode. And at the minus scale, so that's
Do they
crazy.
seriously?
Yes.
I missed that. That's terrifying. That's
The
also
negatives
hilarious.
explode as well.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Just roll a 1 and then you roll a 10 that explodes into another. Oh dear God.
That is the most spectacular fail. With your deduction, the best you can figure is that your impression is that this is a late night courier service.
Yeah.
And that is influenced by your -1. So sorry.
Okay. I'm literally just gonna wait to see if there are any trucks that come nearby. Try to stealth as much as possible and then kind of hop on the back of it.
Okay. Pull in the old James
Really one of
Bond.
those like slightly, but also one of those moments like you see like just across the street you're watching red, some vehicles go by and then bus goes by and then he's gone.
Awesome. Give me a stealth roll, please.
34.
Holy
The 10s
fuck.
do not explode.
Yeah, the crit 10 does not explode. So yeah, exactly that happens. You basically
I rolled 2 10s. That's
yeah.
It's a 1 in 100
Like
chance.
literally the best he could get, and a 34 is sick unless you're playing a game with percentile dice. Then it's kind of shit. But yeah, you disappear into the night. You see it's mostly like
Kraken thought he was the knight.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, how what's the word I'm looking for? Wow. Like Dodge Sprinter vans, those little courier vans.
Yeah.
That are, they look like they've got like an updo to give themselves more hair. Because they're not full vans. It's okay, dude. I comb my hair back too. And then I comb my hair forward to hide my bald spot.
I just let it do what it does, and it often looks terrible. So yeah. Yes, Kevin, you were bald supremacy.
Bald and beautiful. Bald and beautiful Kevin. So yeah, you sneak in, you manage to like hop onto the the bumper of one of these vans, and you time it so they hit a pothole just then, so they think that it's just the pothole, not the killer cyborg that bottomed out their van just now. So you drive in, take a quick hop off as soon as there's a dark enough spot for them to not see you go. And this place, I'm going to ask for a perception check, please. Just so now that you're inside, what exactly you see.
Can I take 2 points of luck and re-roll that?
Yes.
What the sh...
You rolled a 15 and then a 16. Slight improvement. There is
Maybe that
no
slight
way
improvement will be worth it.
there is no way in hell that this is just a courier service. There's far too much movement. They're moving way too fast. Like they're more concerned with speed than care. And all of the vans are unmarked. Courier services, there's always at least one Schmedex or, Night City UPS, whatever they want to call it.
Let's just call it an NCPS.
Yeah, NCPS,
It's
But these are all
Night City Postal Service.
These are all like white, black vans, some of them have replaced panels on them. They all work well enough, but there's no uniformity, and that strikes you as odd.
It also strikes me as clever. Honestly.
You cannot see what they're shipping. That's the problem. You're a little bit too far away. It's a little bit too dark.
Well, I'm hanging off the back of one of these. Time to just little hole in the bottom of the thing and just look in.
All right. Give me a stealth roll.
See if I can.
You can also use log before the roll to add to the roll.
No, yeah, I can, but that's a 17.
Slowly crawling up the ladder there, but not really because you rolled 3. You're able, like, you get up to a pallet, but just as you're about to cut into one of the boxes, it starts to move on you because a forklift has taken it and starting to move away with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive off to the side.
Yeah, give me a evasion roll and then a perception roll.
30. I crit it again.
They don't see you. Ninja roll.
And then perception?
Yes.
17.
Use a point of luck to break the tie.
Okay. I'll do that. That leaves me with 3 left over.
It's a pharmaceutical company.
Every time. I swear to gods.
It's not one you recognize. It's not like Biotechnica or Petrochemical or anything like that. It's like a subsidiary of a subsidiary.
This is being quickly texted to Exit as well while she's driving. I actually have a big pharma joke, which I shouldn't say right now, but I have one. Yeah, okay, speaking of, does this subsidiary use silver in their logo?
No, not that you could tell.
Cool. Probably not the Argent Key then, because those people are vain bastards. And I am one of those people. God damn it. God damn it.
All those people that, base their entire identity on a color, fucking weirdos.
Yeah. Weird dudes. Definitely Kraken and I aren't like that. Nope. Not even slightly.
Not at all. All right. So this operation is probably going to wrap up in the next minute. They're moving fast.
Okay.
You got time to
There's a
do
quick.
one
There's a
more
message
thing.
to the exit going saying, they're about to wrap up. Permission to engage.
You get a response pretty quickly that just says, "Do your thing."
Fantastic.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna ask two things. How does this shit show start up, and what song plays before we cut to exit?
So Red is about to. He's going to basically find the. I'm gonna have to roll for a perception for this, or whatever you want me to roll for this, to see if I can find the guy that looks most in charge, or like the biggest threat.
We'll call that human perception or tactics, whichever
Okay.
is higher.
Oh, tactics! Thank God.
I knew that would get a reaction.
Because human perception is in social,
And
I got
that's
a
a
6
no.
there. I got a 13 in tactics, so let's get that with a 19.
All right. So what happens to this poor bastard, and what song begins to play?
Weirdly enough, it's "Do You Believe in Magic?" And by God, Red does, but he fears that she doesn't believe in herself.
This is
So he's a little annoyed at that.
choice.
It's kind of one of those it's one of those. Do you believe in magic? I do believe in magic. She doesn't believe in herself. It's a little disappointing. We'll get there. And he shoots the guy. If he can shoot the guy in the face, he's absolutely going to shoot the guy in the face. But he's
Oh
going
yeah,
to
this
mass.
is all narrative.
Oh, fantastic!
It's
literally
it's how do you want to do this? Smash cut to exit getting a text.
Yeah, it's like I walk out from behind the pallet. No one knows how the hell I've been anywhere. It's the most confusing, terrifying thing that they've ever seen in their life. The
These
guy in
guys
charge would, because they're not
Yes.
expecting anyone to show up.
At worst, they would expect a bunch of cars roll up and a bunch of shooting to start from one end of the compound, because that's how
Not
gangs
in the
do
center. Yeah. No, this is one hitman. Kind of walks out from behind a pallet, takes aim. People are beginning to move and work out how to try to do anything. He takes a single shot with his
It's
with
a
literally
very
his heavy
pistol.
pistol.
Yeah.
It's not a very heavy pistol, it's just a regular heavy pistol. It's just the Nova Model 757 City Hunter, which he's
That's
lovingly
badass.
called Grievance, but it's also just one of those, he's filing a grievance. This he's filing a grievance with the pharmaceutical company. Just one.
If Red Death was
single
in
shot
media,
will bring
he
him
would
through
call
the
it the one. Sorry, if Red Death was in media, he'd call it the 1-star review.
Yeah, pretty much. Like these are all, they all have names. His weapons, his chain whip is Abomination. His actual sword he uses when he wants to really screw people up is Hellbringer. There's the Will Breakers, which are his vampires, which he uses to torture people into giving him information. There's Grievance, and then finally there's the sniper rifle Harbinger.
Yeah. So this grievance starts off with a bang.
1 star.
Yeah. 1-star
Many
review.
notes.
1 star. Would not recommend.
Yeah. Security's terrible. All right, exit. You are just pulling up at the New Dawn when you get this text from Red Death saying that, he's about to start shit. You just gave him permission. The compound
Yes, I am
itself.
filing a. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Cerciosa made a brilliant comment, and I don't think I'm allowed to say that. I want to really badly, but
Check the VOD. Anyways,
Yes.
so yeah, we cut back to exit. She's just pulling up. It's quiet. You see the rent-a-cops that are standing outside. They're just rented security. They recognize you, like, visiting hours are over, ma'am. You can come back in the
I
morning.
I have something that the doctor's gonna want to test.
Um, at saying that, one of the attendants kind of almost materializes out of nowhere. He's like, "What do you mean test? Is this about Gregory? Is he okay?"
Am I carrying a human? I'll
What
be in and out super quick.
The doctor is quite busy right now. They tend to do tests in the evening. I don't think I've ever seen them sleep.
The doctor's gonna want to see this.
Come this way, I guess. And they lead you inside. Um, there's like little pockets of activity. You see attendants talking to each other. People going back and forth with like notepads, clipboards, and stuff. Um, as you're walking, you see um, two attendants helping a one-armed man off the floor. Um, his his bag has fallen off, and you see, to you, it looks like Sheriff Coltrane for like a brief flash of a second, and then it's just, a face without faceplates.
Hmm.
And they're helping him up. He looks a little worse for wear. Um, his no his nose is bleeding. He doesn't have a nose, jackass. Um, I'm going to say that there's a part of the faceplate that is out of alignment. They obviously just ate shit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh they the attendant takes you to a closed off area. They're, in the process of taking out a key card and swiping it, but noticing the doors wide open. Ma'am, are you armed? It's Night City, of course. This door should be closed at all times.
I can handle it. If there's anyone in here that shouldn't be in here, I'll deal with them.
I don't want to sound like a coward, but I am going to stay right here. The doctor should be in that room over there.
You can go back to your friends if you'd like. I'm a big girl.
I'm more concerned about my boss, all things considered. Um, they pay our checks, and to be perfectly honest, I believe in the work that they do here. These
Okay.
people need help. So you head inside, and this is obviously a laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
There are patient records, X-rays on the wall with the little light up friggin' board thing. Um, all sorts of monitors with readouts and all that stuff.
I'm recording as I quickly kind of like
Yeah.
take a leisurely stroll around. Because you
It's
can pause a playback.
You can pause a playback. It is surprisingly quiet in here. The only thing you really hear is the occasional bubbling sound and the whirring of fans. When I feel really bad because I'm about to end the session here. Oh, good, he's still here. you you walk into this back room, and it's empty. completely empty. There is a blood stain on the ground, just like a couple of drops. It's not a lot. And a door in the far corner that's open, leading to darkness.
Go into that door.
Sorry, I'm at the point where I'm making shit up as I go, so give me a sec here.
You're good.
Could I suggest two things? I think
Okay.
that Kraken, after thinking that's my new plan, he would duct tape Dr. Being, he would duct tape them, and he would send out a text via his head thing, wirehead. He would send a text to exit, and he would send a text to Red Dead, and if Magic has had her combat, she doesn't, but he would send a text to them, and Bones would be included. Dr. Being is working with the cat. I have him incapacitated but alive. I need a ride to the heights. We need to interrogate him.
Where are you?
Exit, all you get is working with the cat. And that's where I'm going to close the curtain.
Amazing.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, you get a partial text message that says working with the cat.
Error.
Um,
The rest.
and that's it. So I would like to thank everybody for watching. I would like to thank the Scarred Adventurer. I would like to thank Sans. I would like to thank Ruth. And I would like to thank Brill. And I would like to thank Kevin, who's currently not in his chair. Hopefully he will get back in time. So I'm gonna
But
kind of like,
producing.
yeah, he is
Yes.
our producerizer. He is also
I mean,
here.
he kind of needs to be here to be able to end the stream.
Yeah, we're kind of stuck
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, so I'm just
So,
gonna like,
I would
I'll
like to
just
take
start
this time
a
to
Cyberpunk
thank
stream.
Bison.
So,
Thank
anyways,
yes.
oh, sorry, no, you are correct. Thank
So-
Bison. Please do.
Yes, I want to thank Bison because he said that there will be very little Red Dead and exit scenes, but I think it was all well balanced for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
Thank
so you made it very well balanced, and it was amazing. It was fun. I didn't expect. It was one of my first theories that they are working together, but I kind of forgot it, and I loved how it went.
You
It
actually
was-
cut to us perfectly because it was like just as my ADHD brain was like, do 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 do. Oh hey.
really,
Like I was like trying to stay super engaged because this part of the story is important too. But sometimes the brain just says,
sometimes the bees do their thing.
yeah,
Bee.
the bees start.
Oh,
The
Oh,
bees start.
Q&A.
a Q&A.
Ooh.
Do you have questions?
Yes,
got 30
Fox, do you
minutes.
have questions? Let's hear some.
Questions we can answer?
Yeah, yeah, I'll see what I'm allowed to answer, and also what I actually know. Because with the way I write this story, it gets made up as we go along. I am about as in control of this game as my players. Oh, she was just being a goblin. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
Now
can,
I
we
actually
can
want
thank
to do
our
a
goblins.
Q&A session one day. Not, I mean, like instead of actual session, but like one day we just go, hey, hey, our community, come in, come with
Join our
questions. We will
Discord.
answer
We
them.
can do a Q&A and add the
What is your favorite part of the
community
session?
discussion.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, that's a good one. What is the favorite part of the session? Um, I'm just gonna go first because I'm the GM.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite part of writing this session was figuring out the title. Magic came with me with a question about if she could turn her character into a cat. And that's kind of where I took it. I was going to call it Cat Scratch Fever initially, but Ted Nugent is a Nazi, so fuck him.
Yeah.
And then everybody wants to be a cat from the Aristocats came on, and I started laughing my ass off because not only is it a great track, it has nothing to do with the story, and Kraken sang it earlier in the season, which makes it even funnier. So let's hear everybody else's. We got time. Start with Red Death.
If it's this session in particular, I just enjoy. I kind of enjoy doing the things. I go like I like doing the stupid decisions sometimes. Just the things like this is going to go badly or it's going to go really well. If it goes well, chances are it's going to go badly. But in general, um, I really like being able to play the Red Death as a badass moments. Those are fun. The moments where the character actually like comes out and shows I can do some insane stuff.
I think
And
I agree with that. It's like when Eglet gets to be a badass in the things that like I feel like all of our characters have something that we're really good at.
some of our characters get to show it off a little less than others, and we're always really sorry about that.
Yeah.
Some of us are built for combat,
But
because solo.
getting to show how much of a badass one's character is fun.
Yeah.
Just adding on to your point, you can continue.
Oh, you know, just getting to show off like the character that you made, and that character getting to be that character is the most fun thing to me. Like sometimes the dice don't agree with you, and they make your character do something really, really, really stupid. I'm not referencing anything in particular, by the way. I'm just saying that.
No.
I literally am not referencing anything.
Every one of us has one story like that.
Yeah, like I shot magic in the chest once by accident. That was a thing.
First time Mr. Bones was a cyborg, he was going to run up a wall using his special legs, and he would face first into said wall. So, I mean, everybody has moments like that. Exit, what was your favorite part of tonight's session?
When you were like narrating, I think I'm probably gonna ramble for like a couple minutes here. Just because you're a good DM.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You don't think you run the story, but you're doing it very well. When you narrated like Red Death and Exit's entrance, just both of them being badasses and like none of these rotten Johnnies had a chance. Like that was really cool. The bees.
Totally agree with you on that.
Executive bee, like
Yeah. Queen bee.
the bee that remembers things actually is tied to a chair and at gunpoint right now.
I feel like it's just taking off for a smoke break. But
Actually, yeah, you're probably right.
Could I take over?
Yeah.
My favorite part, because even in the 2020 manual, and it's also in red, it's like rules of cyberpunk first rule, make it look cool, and if you fail, act like it was your plan all along. And that was Kraken today with throwing the trench. That was my favorite moment, and I just love it. It was great.
I really enjoyed that moment. You were like, actually, I meant to do that.
Yes, and it's literally it's like that in the Cyberpunk Red book.
Yeah, literally the first rule of cyberpunk is style over substance.
Yes, it was such a style over substance moment, and I absolutely love it. And I agree, Bison, you're a great GM. I enjoy playing with you very much, and it's the middle of the morning right now, and I play with you. So that's my review, 5-star review of our game. So thank you very much, and pass it down to Magic.
Yes, finally, let's hear Magic. I'm very excited. A lot of this session was technically your idea.
Not on purpose. Not on purpose. anyone who has played with me knows my characters live in my head. And that was just magic in my head being like, but what if I did it like a cat? Like that's literally the when I messaged you, I was like, is this a thing she can do? Question mark. And then you said yes and yeah. So yeah, probably my favorite part, actually I have to agree with Kevin, was Magic having that slight like moment of clarity, and it's just like I really should go to them, and then at the same time she's still having whatever her issues are kind of also pop up. um this, I want to say, like, lack of belief in herself, and not really trusting that the party wants her around. Ever since she jumped out of the car, she still thinks the party doesn't want her around.
I enjoyed Exit thinking about magic, and I mean, fuck. Other way around. Magic thinking about Exit and that, like, bringing her a short moment of clarity. Also, I pictured you saying most of them are the same, just the mouth is a little bit different. I pictured when, like, V is looking in the mirror and you can, like, switch her facial expression.
Yeah.
Because it really
Literally,
is just, like, very small differences.
And
That was funny to me.
yeah,
it is exactly what was going through my head, was the just, a 3D model changing facial expressions just ever so slightly.
I also the song that you asked, what song do I want to play, and my brain went Doom soundtrack, and I went, yeah, but say something poignant instead.
So many action movies have that moment, and Red Death is one of those action movie heroes.
Guys, we got
Ye-
another question.
Favorite aspect of your character?
Oh,
I am
Jesus
not
Christ.
allowed to answer that question because I've got too many. So let's go in the same order. Red Death first, please.
Yeah, well, favorite aspect of the characters. He kind of was inspired by one of the other characters basically my forever character. That's why he's missing the same arm. He's got the same color. Um, but I like the fact that every single time I bring out like an NPC from my past and I go, "Can I do this?" and you just kind of go, "Yes, let's bring out this insane biotoxin enabled person." And I think one of my favorite things is he really is kind of inspired by some comics I've read as a kid, and even like the Spider-Man 2099 stuff, like
Nice.
the Ghost Rider that is in that literally just chainsaw for an arm, and I remember seeing the chainsaw arm thing, and I went, "Oh wow, this isn't in the official rule book, but it's in the like supplemental material. May I do this?" And I was told yes. I was told yes, but we're gonna make it a little worse. And now it's better, which is which is good, because it's really annoying whenever I turn it on. It would just I roll a 1 and I miss,
And then
it
it
would stop
turns off.
working.
And he
Because it
feeds
takes
the
an entire
vibe.
turn to turn off, to turn on. It's just one of those things. You can only swing it once around is also the thing. Like, one round, turn it on. One round, make a swipe. Only one swipe though. You can't make more than one.
And Red feeds the universe so much because Cyberpunk 2020 and Red by association is just that vibe of 90s action hero cheese. I just love it. He fits so well in the vibe.
Yeah, I read too many superhero comic books, and that is both a
You and me
benefit
both.
and a negative.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exit.
if you ask me about Superman, I will go on about that for a few hours, but still.
Exit. What is your favorite aspect of your character? Sorry, Ruth, what is your favorite aspect of Exit?
Sorry, I love the talk back we're doing right now. Sorry. I My favorite aspect about Exit is she's such a badass, but in a very cold and calculated way. And like, she's less cold than she started out, because she's like, I care about these people, so I should at least show it a little bit. But I just like how she can like kind of talk her way out of anything. And that in itself is quite badass. Or talk her way into anything. It's happened on multiple occasions where like people are like, yeah, no, and Exit's like, well, what if?
She's not fast talking, but her words have gravitas. Like
Yes.
she is a fixer.
Yeah.
I love it. She's
And
also
what
got
a-
mad Yakuza energy.
Oh, thanks.
Like seriously.
Oh, that
Yakuza
feels
actual
really
monster
nice
or
to hear.
Yakuza video game?
Yakuza video
'Cause-
game.
Okay.
Stylized
Both are
Yakuza. It's
fantastic.
more fun.
Yes. I
Exit
love
is
both, though.
kind of the older sister that Kraken never had, the found family that he didn't get.
Mhm.
Who
I
will
think Red
punch
sees
you in the
Exit a bit
face
as
if
like
you won't listen
Yes.
to her?
Older
Red-
sister,
Red-
as I said.
Or
Red
throw
almost sees
cans at your
Exit.
forehead.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Well, it was a soft drink. It was fine.
Yes. And he has a
I
hard
will never
head.
get over that joke. I do see. I think we all see like our characters differently in such a way. I'm sorry, I'm taking this over just for a moment before we move to Kraken and then Magic. But we all
Go
see kind of
for
our
it.
characters in like how our characters feel about other characters. Red sees Exit almost co-parent.
Yeah.
Kraken
That's how
as
Exit sees Red. She's like, this is a good friend, but also helping me ring in these kids.
yeah, Magic totally little sister. Kraken
Kid brother.
pet squid
That's great. All right.
that just keeps
Speaking
trying to eat the rocks in the aquarium.
of our pet squid, what is your favorite aspect of Kraken?
Kraken in his original game that wasn't PBF, Play by Forum, he was a very tragic hero, a very tragic backstory and stuff like that. In this game, he kind of got to be a kid that he never got to be in old Russia. And kind of the growing up that he did during the game and the friends that he made along the way. And now he's kind of growing up, turning into adult. I love that aspect, and I love the idiot savant energy that he has. It's like crazy. It shouldn't work, but it somehow works.
Also, Idiot Savant is such.
I know.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
That's very
incorrect.
much an oxymoron, but it suits him perfectly.
Yes, it's an old term. It's politically incorrect right now, but it fits Kraken so much.
And lastly, Magic. Sarah, I want to know your favorite part about this character that's been tormenting you on the inside for so long.
I had to realize kind of early on while playing this character that magic is a part of me that I really do hide of my anxieties and certain things. There goes the tears.
Hey, at least it's the end of the episode.
Yeah, because that's a weird thing. My characters don't cry. I'm the one who cries. I think Iticus is the only one who's cried on screen.
Probably.
I think. And so Magic, there's a lot of her that I see of myself. Especially of the worry of I don't belong. And it sounds weird to say like that's my favorite part of her. Even. Because as someone who still struggles with it and who still fights it, I can really see in Magic how far she's come along.
Yeah.
And how hard she is now fighting to kind of to belong and to find her place in the world.
This is probably the weirdest coming of age story we've done on Dirty 20 Gaming, but it really is.
Yeah.
I will say for the record, I fucking love all your characters. Every single one of them. They're deep, they're passionate, they have their own goals. They're an absolute blast to write for, and I am very excited as we sort of careen into the final arc because we're getting there. We are getting there. I keep saying this, but we're getting there. I am so glad to have been on this for this long for you guys. If for those of you on chat and watching the YouTube VOD, thank you very much for sticking with us for this long. I'm gonna say that in 5 days it will be 1 year since I was released from the hospital after my stroke. And
Fuck, has it been that long? I'm so sorry.
I know, fuck, it's been that long. I am so glad that not only did I make it, because I lived, bitch.
Thank God.
The entire time you guys were just absolutely champing at the bit waiting for me to come back because you were so excited to see what was going to happen next. And that's not allowed to use it, but it blows my mind. So thank you, Scarred. Thank you, Sans. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Brill. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Fox. Thank you, Siosa. And thank you, everybody. This world is not where it should be, and we're doing the best we fucking can to enjoy it and to make it enjoyable for the rest of you. So if you can't be nice to each other, at the very least, be kind. And have a good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Night, y'all.